I'm already sweating, so let's get into this. Welcome to Leading the Pack Pod. This is episode number 23. Now, timing for this was kind of right. Perfect. Because the Leafs played last night, and I record on Tuesdays. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I slept on it, and I'm even more mad. Even more mad. I'm sweating right now, mostly because I'm wearing a sweater, and it's summer. But I had to wear the sweater because it's a really nice sweater. And also, I'm ready for the Euros. I never thought I'd be more ready for the more excited for the Euros than Stanley Cup playoff hockey. That's incredible that's happening. Now, why am I ready for that? Because this team, this godforsaken team that I cheer for, this godforsaken team that I'm so stupidly optimistic for, went to go and lose again. If you ask me, this is worse than 2013. 2017 wasn't bad. 2017 was actually enjoyable because there was no expectation for that team. They were a wild card team. They only lost in 6 games to Washington, and let's be real, that was enjoyable to watch them losing because there was no expectations for them to win. Then 2018 comes, they lost. 2019 comes, they lose. 2020, they lose. 2018 and 2019 was a loss to Boston in 7 games again. 2018 was also a choke in the third period. Columbus, they don't even make the playoffs that year technically because they lost in the play-in rounds to Columbus, getting goalied that series, losing in 5 and getting shut out in game 5. And then this year, up 3-1 to Montreal, they go and lose. How do you end up losing when you're up 3-1? You win the division. You have talent in your top 6. You have players in your entire lineup that can play. And you have a goalie that, oh my God, poor Jack Campbell, that conference that he had last night, basically in tears, blaming himself. What are you blaming yourself for? You do not deserve any blame, Jack. None at all. You have stood on your head this entire season. None of the blame should be put on Jack Campbell. I don't even care if it's coming from Jack Campbell. He should be looking at himself after the series and patting himself on the back. That was an incredible season that he put together. Not just series, not just a regular season. He didn't just show up in the regular season like some goalies on this team. No. He showed up in the regular season and in the playoffs. And they couldn't get past the first round. They couldn't. It's incredible. The ways that this team can lose. I am 21 years old. And sure, I can say that in 2004, I saw them win the division. I saw them win a series. But do you know what I was doing in 2004? I was 4 years old when they last won a series. 4. And you know what I was doing? Quite frankly, I was more interested in soccer because I was basically forced to be a Juve fan. But I was too busy watching Star Wars, playing with Legos, doing anything that a 4-year-old does because I was not worried about the Leafs winning in 2004. I was 2 years removed from being put in hockey. I was not caring about them winning a series in 2004. Yes, I was a big fan of Matt Sundin, but I became a big fan of Matt Sundin when I was, a year removed from that? The last time they won a series, I was not even 2 weeks old, I think it was. They won a series. The last time they won the division was 21 years ago. I was just born. I was maybe 2 weeks old, and that was the last time they won the division. This year, they win the division. Could this be the first time that they win a playoff series in 17 years? Nope. Why would it be the first time that they win a series? I won in Montreal in the first round. I feel like I was more confident going into the first round than they was. I feel like if you put me on the ice, I would have been throwing my body around. I don't care who you are. If you are wearing a Habs jersey, I'm throwing my body at yours. 280 pounds coming at you no matter what. I will hit you. I was ready to run through a brick wall starting from game 1. And there were games after game 4 that they looked like they couldn't even run through a piece of paper. This was an embarrassing series, quite frankly. Look at this. In game 6, if you're listening to this, go on YouTube. The chair that I record on is also the chair that I watch the games on, okay? Can you hear that if you're listening on Spotify? Or if you're watching, you better be able to see. I snapped the arm of my chair because of the amount of times, like, it's off. It's off. It's snapped. Because of the amount of times in these games that I was watching it at home, I would be getting up frustrated or whatever because of a goal against, because there was a chance. Just the slightest little look of something happening, I'd be getting a little, because I am invested into this stupid team that cannot win, that is cursed. The amount of investment. Go look inside of my room. For those of you who know me and have seen the inside of my room, whether it was from Snapchats or whatever, you know the investment that I have with this team. I spend stupid amount of money on this team. I have a Stanley Cup that has the year 1942 on it with the Leaf logo on it, which wasn't the last time that they won, but it's quite frankly, it could have been. I like the jerseys that I have in my room, the attire that I have, the hats, the sweaters. I'm surprised I don't have Motandi. Like, the amount of investment that I put into this team. And you know what the funny thing is? Free agent, the draft is gonna come around. They're gonna draft somebody, and then free agency is gonna come around, and they're gonna sign somebody, and I'm gonna be invested. And you know what? I'm excited to be invested again, because next year, I have year in and year out, I believe that this team can win. I believe that this team can win. You know what the funny thing is? I'm not just gonna quit on this team. And for those people that have quit on the team, and I'm talking about the people that burn their jerseys, whatever, if you burnt your jersey this year, I want you to think of something, and I want you to think about it really good. You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. You are a moron. Burning your jersey? Really? If you want to quit on this team, give that jersey away to somebody. Give it to Goodwill. Give it to Value Village. I do not care. You don't burn those jerseys. I don't care if it's a fake jersey. For God's sakes, there are kids out there who would love to have an Austin Matthews jersey, a Toronto Maple Leafs Austin Matthews jersey. And those are the kids that I haven't been really force-fed this bullshit. Give that kid those jerseys. Give a kid those jerseys. If I want to get rid of my jersey, I'm not burning it. I would much rather see a kid wearing an Austin Matthews jersey than seeing that jersey spent, those $250 jerseys burnt. That's ridiculous. I can't stand seeing that shit, like, at all. It bothers me seeing people burning jerseys. It's either be a fan or give those jerseys away if you don't want to be a fan. Because if you came into if you are, my age, or in your 20s, if you're a teenager, whatever, and you didn't expect this to happen with the Leafs, as much as I was confident, I was also fully prepared for this to happen. Not really, like, subconsciously I was. But if you're going to be going and burning your jerseys, don't cheer for this team. Because you have to understand that this is the way it is in Leafland. You got to work for what, you got to, we got to go through all the pain before we can see them win. We got to. I was so excited for this team to actually do something this year. And then they did something in the regular season, but then the friggin' playoffs come around. I would have conversations with my buddy. Guys, even with Corona, could you imagine, like COVID, with the lockdowns, could you imagine this city if they do the thing? And then they got knocked out in the first round. I've been saying that if they do this thing, I'm Michael missing if they do the thing. I'm not going to be asleep for an entire week. I'm not even worried about them doing the thing anymore. I want to see them just win around. That's all. If they were to win this round, my sprained ankle might have been magically healed. I would have been sprinting up and down the road. But alas, every year when I want a team, they go and gotta find a way to lose to them. And I'm not even saying that it's because I want that team. I think it's just that I don't know what it is. Speaking of what it is, I don't know what it is. They made the perfect moves this year. Kyle Dubas' moves, the ones that he made, were perfect. Bringing in Simmons to make this lineup tougher. Bringing in Thornton because, Thornton wants to win a cup and this team wants to win. Bringing back Spezza, which I hope he comes back next year. That is one of the players that I hope to God comes back. Trading for Nick Foligno, which I love that he was here and I wish he would stay. I wish he would pull a Mike Foligno, but actually win this time. But 0 goals. Yes, he was injured for most of it and they shut him down, whatever, getting ready for the playoffs. But this team, I don't know what it is. And I'm going to tell you this right now. It has nothing to do with the coach or the GM. Kyle Dubas did an amazing job with bringing in the players. The trades that he made, the signings that he made this summer. Simmons on a 1.5 for 1 year deal. Getting Thornton and Spezza for league min. What else? Trading for Galchenyuk. Trading for Jack Campbell, who was a stud. A stud this year. A stud. I don't know what needs to be changed. If you ask me, the assistant coaches, for one thing, everybody wanted Bruce Boudreau. And this is the one time I think the fans were right. Everybody wanted Bruce Boudreau to be the power play specialist. They bring in Manny Malhotra to be the power play specialist. And be honest with you, he reminded me of Mike Babcock because he could not adapt. Speaking of, for the people that were saying that Mike Babcock wasn't the problem, you're right. You're the fucking problem. Excuse my language. Mike Babcock was a loser that should not be head coach in this league right now. He might have won a Stanley Cup, sure. Fantastic. He won with the Detroit Red Wings, which is basically an all-star team. He might have won the Olympics. Sure, that was definitely an all-star team. That 2010 and 2014 Team Canada. I do not care. Mike Babcock was not the solution. You're telling me he was the solution when last year they started below 500. Sheldon Keefe comes in and basically went 20-5 and has one of the best starts to a head coaching career in Toronto Maple Leaf history. You're not going to tell me that Mike Babcock would have done any better because you know what? Mike Babcock wouldn't have even won the division. This team probably wouldn't have even made the playoffs if you ask me with Mike Babcock. Maybe they would have made the 4 seed, maybe the 3 seed, maybe the 2 seed, but they're not winning this division. They're not going to have the chance to have home ice advantage whatsoever with Mike Babcock. He was a joke of a head coach. I do not give a shit what anybody cares. That guy stunk at the end of his career. At the end of it, from January of 2019, January of, I think it was 2019 to November of 2019 from when he was fired. Below 500 his record. Mike Babcock was not fixing this team, not making this team any better. In fact, Austin Matthews, who deserved the friggin' ice time, wouldn't have gotten the ice time. He wouldn't have gotten the ice time. I don't care what anybody says. He's not winning with this team at all. I want to see this team win. That's all I want to see. I don't know how to fix it because you know what? Quite frankly, I'm not getting paid to fix it. And nobody outside of the NHL, I'm going to say, anybody who's not employed by the NHL, by an NHL franchise, doesn't know how to fix this. I don't care if you're Uncle Tom from Thornberry. I meant to say Thornhill. I don't care if you're Joe from Woodbridge. I don't care who you are. You don't know how to fix this team. So stop trying to say, trade this guy for that guy, trade this for that, sign this guy, trade away this guy for scraps, bring in this dude, fire this guy. You don't know a thing. I don't know a thing, and I run a sports podcast because nobody knows how to fix a cursed franchise. Nobody knows how to. The only way that we can fix this franchise is by getting every single nonna in the city of Toronto. Screw that. The only way to fix this franchise is by going to the church in the mountainside of Calabria, taking them there and dousing them with holy water. That is the only possible way that this team can be fixed from getting rid of this curse. Where's my water bottle? Just like the Leafs, can't find it. Thank God I don't make bets. Thank God. I said Leafs in 5. I said Leafs in 5. And then when they go and lose game 5, I said they're going to win in game 6. When they go and lose game 6, I said it had to be this way. They had to win in game 7 because they have to slay that dragon. They didn't even do that! They didn't even do that! Why is it that I can't watch any of my teams win? I got to get rid of this chair. I actually got to get rid of this chair. Like, this is not a respectful looking chair. The Leafs, turn this on YouTube right now real quick. Or if you're not watching on YouTube, look at this. I did this in game 6. I did this in game 6. This is gonna have to be the chair for now. This is gonna have to be the chair for now. It's a lot more comfortable, to be quite honest with you. Like way more comfortable. Why is it doing that? This is ridiculous, this team. It's ridiculous. Never seen this team win a series. Definitely haven't seen them win a Stanley Cup. There's two things that I think of when I think of what it would be like when the Leafs win. One of them is World Cup 2006, and then the next one is the Raptors championship. Will it be good as that? It would be better. I'm not sleeping an entire week. When the Leafs win the Stanley Cup, because they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it before I die. They better. They have what? I don't even know how long I have. Let's give it about 70 years. I don't know. Say I live to 91. They have till then to win the Stanley Cup. Actually, no. I want to see it earlier. When they win, it's going to be... The city is going to be shut down. There's going to be nothing getting done. Our economy is going to go to shit because nobody's going to be working for a week. A week. If I could trade in, I wouldn't trade in that World Cup before. I would much rather see the 4 stars on the Italia badge. But if I could trade in that World Cup, if I could trade in that, everything that I've seen, that I've cheered for, every championship that I've seen, I would trade that in. Every single time Juve's won the Serie A, every single time, actually, they never even won the Champions League while I was alive. The Raptors championship parade. I would definitely beg in or cash in those TFC and Argonauts championships. I don't give a shit about that. The World Cup. I would trade in all of that in a split second. The Super Bowl. The Packers winning the Super Bowl. I would trade in a split second just to see this team win. I'm tired of the losing. I'm ready for the Euro Cup. I'm ready for it. I might have to make a new logo because I did blue and white for the logo, for the badge, whatever, the banner, for everything, because of the Leafs. Packer season was done. I wanted a logo that was pretty much representing the team that I'm cheering for at the time because the Leafs weren't playing at the time of the Packers playing. They were, but whatever. I also changed it a little sooner. Because the Leafs started. Because the Leafs are, to me, the Leafs are just... I give it too much of a shit about them. I do. And I want to see them win so bad. I do. I'm getting sick and tired of this. Why do I still got my McDavid jersey up? They were even worse than the Leafs. Go Jays, go. Go Forza Italia. We'll figure. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be fine. This team's going to be all right. They're going to win eventually. It's evident that they're going to win. Hey, Stevie Y didn't win till he was 32. Alex Ovechkin didn't win until he was 32. If that's the way it's got to be. Not everybody can win right away. Not everybody's Crosby. McDavid hasn't even won away. McDavid's only won one series so far. It takes time. And that's what keeps me optimistic. It's not just gonna happen right away. It takes time. I just feel bad. The two people that I feel bad for is Jack Campbell and Steve Dangle. Steve Dangle has been a soldier during this entire. He's been doing this since 2007. 14 years he's been doing this. And he does a video after every LFR. And if you don't watch Steve Dangle, go watch him. That guy's a warrior. He might not be on the ice, but the fact that he does this, I didn't even finish watching his episode this week because it's from last night for last night's game because I just can't bring myself to watching anything for this team. I haven't watched Urinating Trees team video yet about the Leafs. I haven't watched any of this stuff. I haven't been on social media. I just can't do it right now. I need a day or two to just give myself a break from this team, get myself ready for the Euro Cups, enjoy some baseball, because Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is raking. I'm ready for the football season. I'm going to continue watching baseball. The Euro Cup starts next week. It is what it is. Anyways, I think that's going to be all for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed me getting mad. It's not Steve Dangle level mad, but I don't, when I get mad with this team, when I get mad, I go quiet. I'm not the loudest. I prefer to be quiet when I'm mad and just hold it in. A lot of this was theatrics, I will say. But that's all. Anyways, you can listen to podcasts. You can listen to this episode on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can follow me at Bonavoda on Instagram, at Leading the Pack Pod on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at Bonavoda_. Yeah. That's all for this week. You probably won't see much activity. I haven't been too active on social media, especially watching this team. Just don't like being active a lot of the time. Yeah. I'm trying to limit the amount of social media usage. Excuse me. But that's all. I'll catch you next week when we get ready for the Euro Cup. I'll do a Euro Cup episode next week. Screw it. Just talking about the Euros. I don't know if it's going to be scripted because I don't know anything about the teams this year. Well, I know some stuff. I just don't follow soccer religiously anymore. But I'll see y'all next week. Forza Italia. Go Jays, go. Go Leafs, go. Even though they lost. I'm still going to stand there. Congrats to the Montreal Canadiens too, by the way, for beating the Toronto Maple Leafs. I should have said that from the beginning. Congrats to the Habs winning the series. They played a great series, but it just wasn't in the books for the Leafs this year. I'll see y'all next week. Ciao.